Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Last time out we got Ron DeLite off on theft and now he's gone to apparently killing a guy. Well, that's, into the what was it? Into the frying pan, out of the frying pan into the fire. So, we got to defend the same guy and find out who. Well, actually we don't know who he's killed. Oh, we do know who he's killed, I think. We know where. And you're hearing stuff, but I'm not. There we go, that's changed. Lovely sounding. I'm still on the remnants of a cold and I've not been feeling too good, so I do apologise beforehand. Right, voices.
You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. DeLite got arrested again.
Well, supposedly, Mr. DeLite was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. DeLite was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least that's from what I understand.
You know, after I finish this game, I'm gonna end up playing what's it called? The last one, Spirit of Justice. Just reminded me because I remember seeing the new models, all the new designs for Maya and Pearls. They aged up. I have to fix my DS though. Oh, my 3DS, I should say. I took the nub off it. The covering off the circle pad. So I have to get my little screwdriver out and saw everything. But never mind.
Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we get started looking into that KB security murder?
I think I'm gonna head back into Crying Village for a little while, if that's alright.
Why are we letting a 9-year-old child get the bus on her own? I don't know about you guys, but you know, I was a bit. My school's a bit of, like, when I was in primary. That's what we call like the ages whatever to 11. Over here. So I want to know how they were like, yeah, just get on the bus, Pearl, you'll be fine. I would not trust a 9-year-old, I guess. Well, like, I guess it depends where you live. If it's very remote, I think might be okay. You know, more trusting because there's less people. But if it's in any populated area, hell no. Which this seems to be. There's hotels and stuff. God knows what this city's based off. Or what the city. I don't even know I don't even know where we live in this game. So who knows? But you know, letting a 9-year-old girl take the bus to a distant village, I would not.
Sure, but why? I'm gonna bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it.
Again, it's evidence, because it's a theft. Or it might be connected to this thing. 2, why are we letting a 9-year-old hold into Maya's perspective, or the Fae heritage? You're giving this thing to a 9-year-old. Why? Is this thing of immense value to you? You're just going to give it the child who already has broke it once.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with. No, Missing Maya, you stay here. I want you two to spend some quality time together, full of love and happiness.
Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy she forgot there's a murder to solve. I don't know, I'm sort of on the fence, like, you know, there's not that much age difference. What's Phoenix? Like, Phoenix is 26, Maya's 19, there's a 7-year age gap, give it a few years for them to be apart. I don't see a problem. Because, you know, by like Spirit of Justice time, Maya must be in her 20s. Phoenix is probably pushing 40 at that point. Like, he's getting into his late 30s, so I think it's fine. As long as they have feelings for each other, they're of legal age. As long as they're not doing anything illegal, you can't stop them.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
She's gone.
Okay, Nick. Time to get time to get going on the murder investigation.
Right then, let's talk. We don't have to look at all this, we did that last time. So, what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious we should get there and investigate the murder?
Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss DeLite? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? Hey, they do, you know, they've got great gas mileage. Well, nah, some of them do. And they're usually better than a car. If you know, don't want to spend as much, so... I understand. You know, you trade money for safety. And looking cool, because riding on a motorbike's cool. To me, at least. Well, if I was going to get a motorbike, if I was going to learn how to ride a motorcycle... I think I'd want one of the, I'm not a big fan of the modern bikes. I quite like the older ones that you can more sit in and actually ride, rather than the like the newer bikes where you're hunched over. They're built, you know, for speed and not, again, look. Same with cars, to be honest. What was the last modern car that was actually really nice to look at? You know, you get like cars back in the 80s and 90s, and the design of them still looks really nice and sleek and something you'd want to look at. You look at cars now; they're all like big, bulky blocks. You know, for safety, most likely for safety. You know, because we're all the crumple zones to save people. But you know, if you have a crash, but you know, you want to be driving something you can be proud of when you get out of it, not just you know, the same brick on wheels.
I'm not the same little Mai who used to be happy with her little dinky bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. DeLite.
Okay, well, let's make sure to get to the detention center, too.
Right then, so 2 places on the docket. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, right?
You bet. There's something a little different about it.
Different?
Don't me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. Clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. Sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I Am. Probably should... Well, nah, no, you're betraying trust of Pearl, then. Was she not there for that trial? Maya should know. She was the defendant. Defendant cop, when this trial was going down, she should be paying attention. You know, being the one accused. And that repairer was the one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still... I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it.
Is it possible that the urn is a fake?
I'm sure Pearls will find that out once she gets back to Karain Village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Karain Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Karain Village to do their training, right?
Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading into a channeling dojo to do just that.
Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever it is.
If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
That happened last year. Is what happened last year still bothering you? Where she, you know, almost got convicted of murder and a guy died. That murder in a village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Karain technique, she temporarily loses her own will. when an especially strong spirit is summoned. The spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. Bang. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the master of the Quran is going to be a heavy responsibility. Imagine if there's a whole country of spirit mediums. Developing the plot, are we? Okay, and what did we end up last time with? I think we would have stopped here, so let's find out what this is.
So Mr. DeLite was being blackmailed, huh? By the CEO of the security company he used to work for?
Yeah, it looks like it. Sounds like we need to do some more poking around.
You better not do anything naughty either, Nick.
Is that a threat, or is she trying to blackmail me now? This was found at the building where the crime took place on the very night of the murder. According to the time record on the keycard inside.
Yeah, it was used right around the time of the murder. Doesn't sound very good, huh?
No, it does not, Maya. Okay, and same again.
So Detective Atme was Mask DeMasque after all, huh?
I guess so. After all, he did admit it.
Yes, but Mr. DeLite still hasn't changed his tune. He's still claiming that he's the real Mask DeMasque.
Sorry for that.
You don't think he's just saying that to avoid the murder charge, do you?
I'm not sure.
This was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. So, does that mean Detective Atme put it there himself?
That's the only explanation I can think of. I guess he wanted to make sure it looked like he struggled with that thief that night. Then anybody else? I think we got through everybody here.
She certainly seems grateful to you, Nick.
Well, she was in a pretty tight spot during that last terrible ordeal. Actually, I'm grateful to her too.
Sounds like you're not telling me something. I'm gonna take a good look at that case file next chance I get.
Nah, she's just a really attractive lady, that's all. We haven't spoken about Laria Godot yet. Godot? I'm gonna look that up now. To put it to bed once and for all. Yeah, I've known him since elementary school.
Oh, wow, that's even longer than I've known Pearly. You two must have lots of good memories together.
I guess so. Okay, so apparently it's pronounced God-O. So good, God-O. Okay, it's pronounced that way. God-O, got it. But I can hardly remember them. They've been erased by all the traumatic ones.
Say, Nick, what do you think of that thing attached to his face? What that thing is attached to his face anyway?
Nailed it eventually? Don't ask me.
Why not? You know him, don't you?
I've never met that guy before in my life. And believe me, he's not exactly forgettable.
Yeah, but at the trial today, he said...
So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
You're right about one thing, he sure acts like he knows me.
Hey, Nick, I was just thinking. Maybe you should try and stop making people you've never met before into your enemies.
Trust me, I'd like to stop doing that too, but my poor body can only take so much. Who is this guy anyway, and what's his story? Wonder if I'll ever find out. Never find out. That's the plan. Just shrug shoulders. Right, we need to go to talk to her first, or at least that's where the game's pointing us first anyway.
Oh, Nicky boy. Maya.
Ms. DeLite?
All I wanted was to help my dear Ronnie.
Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out.
Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anyone.
I had no idea Miss DeLite had such a vulnerable side. Rough exterior, smooth, rough exterior, warm interior. You know, you just gotta chip away at it and she'll reveal herself to her, or to us, I guess. Do I need to look at any of these things again? Nothing seems particularly new.
Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick.
Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and say, "Please die."
He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer. But he's still going around saying he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him.
Mr. DeLite, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world.
What? How dare you say how dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We just don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. Thief? Heh, the very idea.
I guess I just don't get it.
Huh? Get what?
I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it?
I'm going to hold off, you know, if she's not there for the looks, she's there for, you know, one or two things, which is the money, which is most likely, or second likely it's the sex, but I don't think Ron... Hey, who knows, Ron could be a passionate lover.
It was love at first sight, for me anyway.
Depends how she saw him. If it was naked, that would explain it.
What, for you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives.
That's kind of specific.
There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Adme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yeah, obviously the real Mask DeMasque is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? Detective Adme knew more about Mask DeMasque than anyone else. He mentioned him on the Great People Around the World segment on TV.
So then you went there to ask him some questions? Whew, second yawn of the day.
That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now. I forced my way past her and into his hideout.
Again, I've just gone to the girl voice, haven't I? I wouldn't exactly call that office his hideout, but
This bag was sitting right on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Miss DeLite, do you know anything about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works.
so she thinks he still works there, huh? Oh, okay, and she thinks he still works there. And yet, according to what we heard today...
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLite was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
Looks like Miss DeLite doesn't know. KB security is about 20 minutes away by motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike.
Make it to KB security that fast? Are you sure you aren't literally flying?
Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now?
Please? Shut up, Phoenix. I wouldn't. I trust her, you know? If she was that bad of a if she was that bad of a motorcyclist, she would have loads of scratches on her and dents and bruises, but she's not. Well, the face is pristine. The rest of the body, I don't know. There's something that seems to be blocking my vision. Yeah, no, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
What a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Miss DeLite told us the location to KB security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick.
Okay, let's wrap up our thing here.
So was it really love at first sight when you met Mr. DeLite? Well, maybe not at first sight. Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl up into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yeah, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying huge knives, and I broke into tears.
Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Depends how big the knives were.
Oh, I get it. Did Mr. DeLite come running to save you? Yeah, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his.
She looks very different with those clothes. And sorry, it's more the hats of the facial wear of those guys. I know it's meant to be a robber mask and like some what do they call it? Is it hosiery? I don't know. Like some sort of thing just to cover it, like some stretched over. I don't know what type of fabric you'd use. You know, like a legging or something like that. They just put over his head, but it really just looks like something else there. I mean, it's not how you use a condom. But anyway,
He went right up to those knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale.
that high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Oh, okay, and so he was like Banshee from X-Men, or you know, Black Canary. Just pierced their ears.
And then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life to save me. Wow, that's a great story. Yeah, you may not look like it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
That is so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'd do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
Again, stop playing into Pearl's fantasy. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. And then... Oh. There you go, that's the closest you get into a gulp. Right, show her this, all this stuff, I guess? Do you know about this?
Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business.
I feel that was a shot.
Looks like Miss DeLite doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. Sure he had his wallet with him then.
So it's true then, he must have dropped it at the crime scene. Well, you know, you can always make a mistake.
Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards for Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one.
Probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore.
So this is Mask DeMasque, huh? Wonder what kind of house he lives in.
Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house.
Heh, you're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. If I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great, big, gorgeous mansion.
I'll be sure to tell that to your husband. I don't know, if I ever got rich, I don't want to live in a massive empty house. I mean, don't get me wrong, you want your extra couple of rooms, like, I'd love to have, like, obviously, you want to separate, right now we have my bedroom right next to where my computer is and all that. I'd love to separate the two and have, like, a study. And then maybe if I ever was affluent enough, although I'll probably never be, to, like, have, like, a separate room that I could probably use for, like, watching films, you know, like how, like, they have those cinema rooms. I'd kill for something like that. That'd be pretty cool. And then, apart from that, just the basics. I'm not too picky. You know, bathroom, garden, like bathroom, kitchen, living room, dining room. I can even skimp on the dining room. Just have it in the living room. I'm not a big... Although, if I wanted a family, I guess I'd use I don't want a dining room. Family meals and all that. Ooh, and a garden. A garden would be nice. So I could grow my own stuff. Like fruit and veg. And maybe even get a couple, like, chickens. Maybe a goat. I don't know, I borderline on the goat. I'd love a couple chickens, though. Make my own eggs. But I don't see the need for having an extravagant mansion. Even if you are rich. This is... I don't know. It's not how I roll. Excuse me, but could you have a look at this?
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough.
Right. Guess we'd check on Larry and Godot, because we probably talked about her to everybody else.
Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he?
Huh?
Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale too, actually. Pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man are his lame pickup lines.
What's even more sad is said man probably believes in those. Like they were his lifelines.
Looks like he blew it, huh? Looks like he blew it again, huh?
Well, I'm just gonna make the suggestion that because she's got, you know, the same last name as Mr. DeLite, that they're married. So as long as Larry doesn't mind being a homewrecker.
I don't like this man one bit. He's had it in for my Ronnie from the very beginning. It's his fault that Ronnie's under suspicion of committing murder. Plus he lobbed a coffee grenade at me.
Oh, plus he lobbed a coffee grenade at me.
You look pretty silly wearing that mug on your head like a birthday hat. Oh, I know. You'll get him back tomorrow by returning a fire with a milk grenade.
I wouldn't. Especially with that thing on his head, he could short circuit. Right, so KB Security or the detention center. I think we'll go to the office first. Get as much information and then bring it back to Mr. DeLite. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh?
The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office.
Really? What do you expect a CEO's office to look like? What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. Prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Well, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Ho 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 ho. Something to that effect.
Hey, do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits.
Yeah, well. Yeah, the point is I can tell when someone puts their hearts into their job. I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Bada bing, bada boom. Check out this big, thick binder here.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah,
What did you find out, Nick?
this file, it's not any sort of security. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. Each file is all about Mask DeMasque. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick. Look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see here. Tier of Eminon, $100,000. Really? For something that's that big, $100,000. You know, it was meant to be world renowned. $100,000 doesn't seem right. You know, for a gem. I don't know how diamonds or gemstones go for. So, you know, am I in the ballpark? I thought they might go for more than that. I was expecting, like, you know, into the millions, depending on how big it is. Although, I guess if it's one gemstone. This looks like it's a list of all the treasures that Master Mask stole.
So then 100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this. I like that. I'll just, you know, just Phoenix with, like, his notepad. Like me, with my notepad, just scribbling down. Really important stuff. This must be, the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought.
Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out for a second.
This is probably a crime scene, Maya, so you just you just made yourself culpable.
Ooh, nice. I feel like just like a CEO. Hey you, whip me up a cup of really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. This is the life.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know.
Ah!
Okay, Now what's this? These look like some kind of bookshelf slash rolling cabinet hybrid.
I can't get in between these two shelves.
Oh, it's Resident Evil all over again. Have to push the shelves one way to make them go another. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel.
So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files.
Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle.
It'll be a good night's reading if you've got insomnia.
Well, depends on if you like that sort of thing. You never know. You know, kleptomaniacs might get a kick out of it.
I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something.
Right then. I know something happens with a button, so I'm trying to avoid it.
This rope. Think it fell out of the safe when it was opened?
I don't think so.
So you mean...
Yeah, I think the string shows where the corpse was lying.
You mean the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door?
She can't be serious, can she? Right.
Wow, this safe is unbelievable.
I bet 4 pearls would fit in there. Weird measurement phoenix will go forth.
And it's got a bunch of doohickeys attached to it.
It seems pretty amazing, alright. Motion sensors, heat sensors, weight sensors. That's a lot of... How did you know there's a weight sensor?
Hey Nick, come on, let's open it and take a look.
If I broke into one of these, wouldn't that set me down the path to Hoodlumville? You could have just said that in a better way, but okay. Right, the painting is the last thing, and then we'll go on to the obvious. The big red button.
Wow, look at this huge frame photo.
Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. Listen, when I've been ill, I've just been watching Lord of the Rings, so I'm all about dark hills and cloudy skies at the moment. And tall mountains.
There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise?
Either this guy didn't get out much, or he had a really rotten luck with the weather.
Maybe if he'd lived a little longer, he would have had some better days.
I would have seen some bad days. Well, time to play. Time to poke the button.
Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Copious beeps. Hey, quit it out. Don't press that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? Yeah, it's an emergency buzzer. Says right on the panel.
Oops, you're right. It's written right here. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
Yeah, this alarm's connected to the basement guard room. Choose to summon security up here. Really? It's possible on the night of the crime.
Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that too, so I asked down there. But they said the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Yeah, Mr. Bullet, the victim, he wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go talk to the guard about that emergency buzzer. And it got added to our call record, but I think that is everything we need to look at. So, let's talk to Gumshoe about what is and what is not.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on. What about we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now. We need help.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, alright? Okay, pal?
Okay, and I won't cry on you, pal.
The victim's name is Kane Bullitt. He was a CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 o'clock this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 o'clock in the morning on October 12th. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. Happened at exactly the same time that Mask DeMasque was stealing the urn, huh? Autopsy report, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt force trauma to the head. Was that the third or fourth yawn of the day? See if we can get to 10.
So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
That's a good example of... That's a good explanation for that one. There's a good explanation for that one. Bullett's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Yeah, nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, and the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. So they put him in a praying motion? I don't know, or did they bind him? Because look at his hands in that, the outline.
I think we still need some information about Mr. Billiard.
Oh, maybe you could start by getting the man's name right.
So what happened to Mask DeMasque?
He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway. Oh, you mean Detective Abney? Huh. That was great. That guy got what he deserved. Don't know what happened to my voice then on the last one.
Anyway, now that the detective... Now that's the detective I know and love.
Yeah, think about it. Abney was always around making a call when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took... 5. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. Yeah, I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. And that's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how I was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a detective, that's all. There's one more thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon. There was a witness on that one.
A witness?
Yeah, I saved you the newspaper clipping. Since the thief's already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Okay, Gem and the Thief. Hey, is this guy here? Haven't I seen him before? It's pretty small, and it's so hard to see, but now that she mentions it. Damn, he has got a long schnoz, hasn't he? How does he get that nose in that mask? That's the biggest question.
Oh, that prosecutor, I really don't like that guy. We used our own evidence to do that to Mr. DeLite.
Yeah. I think he did that just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So, who is that Java-addicted masked maniac anyway? Yeah, Prosecutor Gatto? He's quite the, enigma, isn't he? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of this guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he did say this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in it. He's an Iceman in court. A maverick that gives me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular.
No, that's not what I meant.
This Goddo, guys, I'm trying to force the pronunciation now. This Goddo guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Well, most likely, yes.
Detective Gumshoe, what about this person?
Yeah, sorry, pal. To be honest, my head is full right now and it's like it's gonna burst.
Note to self, keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. Five or six, whatever.
Yeah, this guy's a real puzzle if you ask me. Yeah, maybe I should be asking you. Do you know something about him?
Why would I know something?
Well, it sure sounds like the two of you know each other from the way he acted today.
Mr. Gatto. It's Mr. Gatto that acts like he knows Nick, but not the other way around.
Exactly, you'd think I'd remember someone like him.
Yeah, I say the whole thing's a bit suspect.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard.
Yeah, that's Kane Bullet, not Shane Bluebard, pal.
Oh yeah? The victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullet was found dead. Yeah, Maya, he's stealing your thunder.
Yeah, and the body wasn't discovered until this morning.
Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out?
Yeah, sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now.
Oh, Nick, this is our chance to get more info about the victim, and so hurry up and ask.
Well, I feel like we've got something there. Can you tell us about Mr. Bullet?
He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What type of company is that anyway?
Yeah, well, the company basically sends security teams out to the buildings to guard him. Mr. Bullet must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work.
Oh, and
I don't know how to put this, but the guy seems like he was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I love money. I just can't get enough.
please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. She's a gold digger. Just, you know, not a very attractive one. At this point, anyway.
Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, that's my problem. I need to be shiftier.
Great, so just extort people, Maya. There's your job. Already started a great job by doing it to Phoenix. Let me go already.
Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah, and KB Security used to head security operations against Mask DeMasque.
Really? What?
Well, after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullet who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Well, I think apart from these 4 things, guess we can ask him about these, if anything else.
So about this.
Eh? What's that?
Hey, wait a minute. Maya? What's wrong?
We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. He doesn't know we copied it down.
Yeah, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold.
It's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. No, I really want you to show it to me.
Detective Gumshoe? About this right here.
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my... Okay, cool.
Okay, and I guess do I have to read it? Because I thought it was the same text.
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I only got the 1 brain. I can see your eyes and ears, but the jury is still out on the brain thing.
Hey, Nick. If you ever have something to say, just come on and say it. Detective Gumshoe?
Okay, yep, that's nothing.
This was the first heist and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was gonna get him, so I was careless and we lost the info on the witness.
By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo?
Yeah. He and the detective worked together to try catching Mask DeMasque.
But he got away anyway, huh?
That guard. I got this weird feeling I've seen him around lately.
I think, oh God. I wonder who that could be. Okay, let's go to the security room. You have to really appreciate how much detail they do put into some of these, panels. They really do a good job. Wow. This is really something else.
For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
KB security guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be. Hey Nick, what's up? So he is there. Well, is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you too.
Hi, Larry.
Do we see Larry in any other games? Like any of the other Phoenix Wright games? I know we see him in the Edgeworth. We see him in some of the Edgeworth spin-offs, but we don't see him in Apollo Justice, from what I remember. I'd like to hope that some of those guys come back. I know that, like, guys, I know in the later 2 games, the Phoenix Wright ones, oh well, even Apollo Justice, that, you know, we don't see Gumshoe, which is a bit of a shame. Because I like Gumshoe, I like the character. Although we do get different characters, I guess, in later cases, and we do see Emma again in the later ones, and I love me some Emma. Older Emma, by the way, not younger Emma. I'm not that type of guy. Anyway, here I was working my fingers to the bone, and in walks an angel. I got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullet murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, I've got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story.
Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was then and this is now. Well, good to know.
let's see what we've got. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? Keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. To be fair, if Larry can get a job doing this, I think I might need to look into this type of work. Sitting on my backside all day looking at monitors is basically what I do now.
Look at all this equipment. Must be hard to operate.
No biggie. I think there's an instructional manual somewhere in this room.
Somewhere?
Instruction manual? What are you doing? What are you going to do in an emergency? Well, guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, will calmly look for her reading glasses. And that's what a security professionals call teamwork. Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it said. Exactly what it says on the tin. I believe you could run this better than these two, even though you're terrible. I mean, at least it'll be clean. Pearls is really good at cleaning, apparently. Those screens are they show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you.
Can you watch regular TV on these too?
Anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it is Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. And how do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of an investigation, if you know what I mean. To be fair, I would probably be the same. I know you're thinking, it was a professional investigation, alright? Nah, I think I'm with Larry. I'd probably put on something in the background. I'd be that stereotypical cop that the guys walk past him, or the stereotypical, like, security guard in the films where they walk past him while he's watching a TV show. That'd definitely be me.
Wow, take a look at all these things here. Hey Larry, what are they?
You say, did you say, Hey man. It's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were some kind of decoration or something.
Oh boy.
How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? You know, many people just look out sometimes. Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? Yep. Not many men can pull off a bright orange jacket, but he does it quite well. That's right.
Did you know that you hung it right on top of some kind of lever?
Yeah, sure, but I was told that never ever touch that lever. He scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, greenhorn?
So why did you hang your jacket on such an important lever?
Yeah, because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls that lever down, that's what I call it. That's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Do you want to know what's gonna happen? Huh?
It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, but for a different reason. That you're all incompetents. Okay, and what's here? Something is written on this poster in fine print.
The guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile at thy superior. Number 4, salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. Oh, we've got to deal with her again. Well, on the plus side, it might be the last game we have to deal with her. Unless we do the Edgeworth games, I'm pretty sure she's in those. Although it has been a while since I played it. Oh, I played both of them. The other ones, obviously, if you don't know, the first one got translated over and put on to and got sold over here.
in the West, but the second one that they made did not. So there's a fan translation out there of it, like called well, they translate it to like Prosecutor's Path, I think it's called. I'll have to take a look at it again. I have played it in my own time in the past, but it's been quite a few years since then. She's one tough old bird, let me tell ya. Cross her and you'll come face to face with a real genuine ray gun.
Yeah, sounds scary, alright.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Well, good for us, I guess. We don't have to see her. That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady.
There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know.
Ah, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. Still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Oh well. I guess this company has no reason to not worry at all about what happened. What's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. He wants a bribe, and I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest. Can you talk to him, Maya?
Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kitten's got some claws. Okay, you really want to know?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so this Ron DeLite was an employee here. Naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. You follow me?
Yeah, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago today, Ron DeLite was fired. So Ron's been out of work for a year. There's no warning. There was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
Guess he must have done something bad to have got fired like that.
Yeah, like maybe skipping out on work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that is just you. Right, so Ron DeLite was here and then got fired a year ago. So, what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on the monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There's security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. To be fair, if you're looking at them for an extended period of time, that would, you know, do your head in a little bit.
Oh.
If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams.
What teams?
The security teams for this company, they're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't even bother calling them. So, in other words, you practically watch TV screens all day. Hey, I'd be up for doing something like that. You know, I know I have friends who, well, I would say I have friends who've been in security, but more like guarding, like you know, like watching the cameras and then taking a check around every so often. Like they more do bouncer work as well. They've been done bouncer work in the past, so you know, I don't think I have the build or the stature yet to be like, you know, one of those guys. He is. The guy I'm talking about is an absolute Goliath. We're talking 6 foot plus, ripped to the gills. Like, you run into him, it's like hitting a wall. So I can definitely assume why he does those jobs. But anyway,
You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me. I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Well, at least he owns it. Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, but you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin this whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh?
I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility.
Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? I guess that's a no. Or if it is, I don't know. Oh, I knew I smelled something bad, and it was the butts after all.
Well, it's like I always say, that was then, this is now, okay?
Looks like I'm gonna have to break his Cyclops after all. Well, let's take a punt at him. Let's see if we can break any of them. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Of course I was. Why wouldn't have I been? But you didn't sneak out of work like yesterday to go see Miss DeLite. But that was that. This is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll bet you $1. $1? Wow, that is confidence. What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened. I guess I don't have anything on him yet. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Let's try and present him some evidence, see what we can find. Hey Larry, there's something I wanted to Number 6. Hey Larry, there's something I want you to take a look at. Hey Nick, I told you I'm a pro and you don't interrupt a pro when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chit-chat with you, alright?
Oh, is that right?
God, I can't read sometimes. Naturally, I've got time for you though, Maya. We're gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get information out of him. Well, looks like we need more info. Don't think we're gonna get anything at the moment. There's nothing that proves he was here last night. Not yet, anyway. Unless it's the key card, we could take a swing at that. That's the only thing I can imagine. Well, one down, I guess, one to go. This is the keycard to the CEO's office, right? Yeah, that's right. This keycard was found inside a wallet. This wallet, you know about this, right? I've never seen it before, pal. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Ms. DeLite just yesterday. Give me a break, you can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 o'clock in the morning on the first floor of our company building.
1 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, that's right. In other words, Larry, at that time of the murder, you were away from the security office. Huh. Yeah, but, there's something you didn't think about. And what's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. Murderer might have snuck in before then. And what do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., and it wasn't any of my fault, and it was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before mine. Why do I have a feeling he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Isn't this just the same? Used on the night at 1 a.m. I've literally beat you with the same piece of evidence, you moron. Larry, when you use this keycard, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show you the record to just anyone, you know? That keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that just is supposed to go right through me? Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door into the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yeah, someone used this to get inside the office. And that happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oof. Larry, you can't duck responsibility this time. Ah, no. And we're off. I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault.
Larry?
There was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened.
Huh? Your Donna?
I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her.
Who was?
Her new boyfriend? It's like some type of horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, that guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah?
So is that why you left the security guard office? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What do I do? What?
Curled up on the floor crying like a baby.
Oh boy. Nick. Is there anything I can do? Just name it. I'll do whatever I can do to make up for it, I swear. Larry?
Hey Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got?
She's right. Maybe we'll get one useful bit of information out of him. Nick? Okay, what piece of evidence are we thinking about? I assume that.
The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya.
Huh?
Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I'll promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Okay.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Heh, thanks. I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now?
Yeah, yes, please. Please tell us.
Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wild. Okay.
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. Thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait and see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet.
Let's get back to the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off last night?
There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was Phoenix. Okay, got my voices mixed up. Yeah, of course I did, and I couldn't possibly hear him. Blah, blah, blah. I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either.
Do you think you could take one more look for me, pretty please?
Oh, okay. I can't say no to you, Maya.
What do you think, Nick?
He's probably right. Nope. No, I was about to read that, but apparently not.
What is it? What's wrong?
I made a mistake.
Huh? But how?
Can't be. It's impossible. Oh, enough already. What about the records? That night. It just went off in the morning around, 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? You serious? That's terrible. Can't be. Oh, well. Seriously, nothing more? Well, I guess we got an update to our knowledge then. I guess we can present it to him. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. The only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know?
What are you going on about, Larry?
Plus, do you honestly have any new information on the buzzer record? Huh, the record? Nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Well, I think that's everything. So I suggest we either head on back up and talk to, either talk to Thingy or show off this to Gumshoe.
Dr. Gumshoe, about this right?
No, okay, nothing. Well then. If there's nothing we can do here, I think the only thing we have yet to do is either go to... Well, I guess, I was gonna say go to the detention center, but I guess we've not got option tours, so I guess we'll have to go here and cover our bases.
The treasures of the Corrine exhibit is all ruined now.
Maya...
Sorry, it's just so sad. It's our big chance for everyone to learn about our spirit channeling.
Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it?
Really?
Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of the Mask DeMasque Desires. That'd probably attract a lot of attention.
Whoa. 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 Nick, that's brilliant. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo!
Now, that was surprisingly easy. Ugh. Can't speak, and there's nothing here. Well, I guess we should cover all our bases. Strange they don't have the detention center here. Guess we'll check here, and then we'll check Atmes, and then we'll check the detention center. Or whichever one will get to the detention center the quickest. Because obviously the pointer's in that direction.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Andrews? What's she still hanging around here for?
So, how's it going? What about the sacred urn?
At the urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already.
What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yeah. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright.
Again, Phoenix, this woman is playing... She's just tossing it out there. Get on it. You know, she's even got confidence issues. You could boost those. There's a perfect opportunity for a spiky-haired man in her life. And you're just throwing it away.
Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it.
Shut up, Maya. Stop cock-blocking me.
It was Mask DeMasque's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved.
Okay. Has anything changed from last time? It's gonna take a look. Oh. Was that moved from last time? I can't remember. Looks like it's been dry for several days.
Something suspicious about that paint mark. Bottom left part of it is an oddly shaped and it's shockingly pink.
I don't see how the color of the paint is in any way important. I think we've already been through this, but just to be sure. The statue isn't where it was when we first came here, right?
Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it?
Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Mask DeMasque.
Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy while he stole the urn.
Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. I think those are the only two things that have changed. Nothing else has. Let's talk to her, and then we can start presenting evidence later on.
I just heard about it on the news. So, that detective was actually the thief all along?
Looks that way right now.
It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring DeMasque to guard the treasures.
Don't blame yourself, you were just doing your job.
Hey Nick, she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again?
About 20 days ago. And when was it that Mask DeMasque's calling card arrived?
That was about 10 days ago.
So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard.
Guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all.
I guess so.
What? So Mask DeMasque murdered someone as well?
Well, that's how things look right now.
Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time.
Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible.
Nick, let's get into this business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme?
No, I couldn't have.
After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him.
He claims that's the way he always operates.
Well, that's just that's just what he says so he has an alibi while he commits the thefts himself.
Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask DeMasque pretty well. I don't know, I still believe that he can't fit that schnoz in that mask. Needs more like a plague doctor's mask.
I'm so glad you got your sacred urn back.
Yeah, but there's still something that bothers me about it.
What is it?
7. Not exactly sure. But somehow that urn always came back. But somehow that the urn that came back seems different.
Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No. I wouldn't know anything. Why would I?
Oh, she's lying to us. Cyclops.
What do you think this means, Nick?
Means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Well, we can have a punt and see how we go from there. Does she have 2 of them? Right, sacred urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn submitted in this trial was genuine?
I don't have it on me right now. I let a 9-year-old take it far away. Because I'm not a moron. I should investigate and gather some clues before I try again. Yeah, I'm assuming we have to wait to get to, what's his name? To Pearl with our clarification on whether it's real or not. But I guess I don't think she'd know anything about these. Unless it's the, where is it? Not that. Is it the newspaper clipping? I think she might know something about this, potentially.
I'm sorry I can't help you more. I'm so busy taking care of everything in front of me. I still haven't given up on the treasures of Crying exhibit. Oh, Miss Andrews, I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Looks like the treasures exhibit is the only thing she has on her mind. Shame. Gotta get in there, Phoenix. Gotta somehow get in there. I don't think anything there is gonna help us. Well, could check the office. See if there's anything here. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops.
What did you expect? Now that everyone knows everyone knows he was actually Mask DeMasque. It must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed Gumshoe's nowhere to be seen.
Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case.
Wasn't he in charge of the Mask DeMasque investigation all the way up till yesterday?
Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? You'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal."
Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure that Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Doesn't look like there's anything here that's changed. Number 8. Doesn't like there's anything I can actually use. I can actually see here. So this is a dead end, I guess. Well, I guess we should try and get to the detention center and have a good old talk with Ron DeLite.
Ah, Mr. Wright.
Can't remember what voice I gave him. Can never remember.
Mr. DeLite, did they finish their interrogation?
Oh yeah, but please don't leave me alone anymore.
Mr. DeLite, you lied to us before, didn't you?
Well, you see,
On the same night the Sacred Urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor Department Store, a blackmail letter was summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron DeLite, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth, and your life depends on it.
okay.
Mr. DeLite, you still insist you are Mask DeMasque.
Isn't that what I've been saying the entire Talking Wibble. Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday?
That was a quick response.
Tell me about it, to be honest. It's starting to get irritating.
But listen, Mr. DeLite. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief. Didn't we?
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
So I guess it's true. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole the urn.
Of course not. After all, you were KB security at the time.
So the person dressed up as Mask DeMasque in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atney. Well, that eliminates him as a suspect, so that's an issue. So, that night you went to Lordly Taylor, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, correct?
Right. I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should.
Alright, what happened next?
Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door.
That's probably when he dropped his wallet.
When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there.
Someone? Well, that was perfectly Atme shaped, so now at least we know now who the actual murderer was.
Then suddenly they bashed me over their head. Bam!
Was it Kane Bullard that hit you?
I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless.
That is one dead guy with his tongue out. Don't really get a lot of that, guys dying with their tongues out, but hey. You know, weirder things have happened. Got really nice hair as well. He went for that Elvis cut, didn't he?
The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. That's why you put it in the safe? Yeah, that's right.
You complete and utter moron.
I used to be the chief of one of those security teams, so, I knew how to open it.
Okay, and then after that, what did you do?
Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to, avoid getting spotted by them.
Nick? All of a sudden, Mr. DeLite sounds kinda like the murderer to me.
Please don't say that.
Mr. DeLite, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB security?
Ah, how did you know that? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi. Please.
Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet.
Whew, thank goodness. No, I am... But I was supposed to have... but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually.
Why have you been hiding it from her anyway?
Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal? A thief? She'll never forgive me. My marriage would be over.
Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place?
Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money.
Well, just, you know, keep your woman in line, Ron. So you just, you know, just tell her I'm not spending that much.
Except being a thief, at least. That's what I thought anyway.
You know, it's your money, man. You gotta keep hold of it. So, he was doing it out of love. I mean, you know, men do stupid things for love, so I can sort of get it, I guess. This won't really do much. This won't really do much. Well, we can just go through the guests, all of them anyway.
Oh, I didn't know Mask DeMasque had become so famous.
Yeah, actually, I bought this publicity photo.
Really? Well, I'd be happy to sign it if you like. I'll even add behind bars.
Please?
Looks like Ron has totally forgotten about what happened to the trial today. He was declared not guilty of being Mask DeMasque. What do you think about this?
I don't know really. I don't think I can help you with that. No, that's not it. Just that the thing is, I don't really know if I can say one thing or the other.
I didn't really catch that.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. And what about this? This list, we found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullet.
Hey, that's a list of all the things Mask DeMasque stole.
And that's the value to each item. And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000.
Are you sure that that's the value of the stolen items?
Almost seemed a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that.
Well, Ron's showing us that he knows a bit more than he knows. I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. I'm hoping so, anyway.
That's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it, it makes a terrible racket.
Sorry, I just love making a lot of noise.
Does this buzzer have something to do with this case?
Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. After all, there are no prints on it, or anything else for that matter. What do you think about this? Yep, and back to square one. What about this?
Hey, this is the article about my debut heist.
Oh, article. Jeez, I'm losing it.
Boy, this was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. Mask DeMasque, he must have gone away.
Mask DeMasque, he must have gone away, right?
Almost did it again. We got the we saved it.
It says in the article that he disappeared.
Yeah, that's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. Hid my Mask DeMasque costume in a nearby plastic bucket. And I quickly changed in my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh?
Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo. Is this you, Mr. DeLite?
That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out.
Oh, nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. Well, now we know it's him.
As you might expect, Detective Abney found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective.
Detective Atme found the Mask DeMasque disguise? Now that is interesting.
Yeah, heard that he brought it home with him.
So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume.
That must really have been time-consuming, huh?
Yeah, took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters.
Blackmail letters?
You got them starting when? Tell me more. Now.
Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up.
Okay, just check out this before we start.
Buzzer went off at 102.
Basically what Maya was going to say anyway. I accidentally skipped over it because I was holding down the B button.
Oh, that's scary.
Do you know anything about that, Mr. DeLite?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't.
Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? Right then.
This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got?
No, of course not. This is the first one that ever called me to a specific location.
So when did you start receiving blackmail letters after? Did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yeah, just a few days after the Tears of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it.
So someone found out your true identity just like that?
It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal.
Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up?
Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box... After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified. Someone sent me $10,000.
Well, you know, if you'd sold it, potentially that could have been better. No one said anything about me being worried, you know.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail.
Plans?
I hate when they do that. Because you don't see it unless you're looking for it.
What are these plans you were talking about?
There were instructions on how to steal a crown or a painting or some other rare treasure. They just showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods.
So do you mean that the one who planned the heists wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
I don't think they were being kind.
Sounds like Mr. DeLite is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him.
So Ron DeLite was Mask DeMasque after all. But, someone else is behind the thefts? Someone who planned all of them out in detail.
All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. And I just waited for the cash to come in the mail.
Did you try to not look so gleeful about it?
So when you went after the sacred urn, you went after the sacred urn because of one of the plans too, huh?
Well, the truth is I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal.
Mr. DeLite, is everything you've just told me the truth?
Yeah? But please don't tell Desi, okay?
Alright. Ron's testimony, second heist. On he was stealing as directed by the blackmail letters. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yeah? But please don't hurt me.
Mr. Kane Bullard, you swear that it wasn't you who killed him?
Yeah, of course. I can never, I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid that they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday.
Oh, what a good guy.
Why?
Well, the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, and I'd have an alibi, right?
I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. DeLite.
I have no choice but to take Mr. DeLite at his word.
Mystic Maya.
I was about to say we need to go back to the right offices to see if Pearl's back to break Miss Andrews.
Hey, Pearly. I'm back.
Hey Pearl, so what have you been up to this whole time?
Secret urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Karain Village to have it examined.
And did you get accosted by any old men while you were on your trip alone on a bus journey, being a 9-year-old?
There's no need to worry. They've said it's the real urn. Whew, that is a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint. And they were put on the urn recently.
Why are they talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? Well, Phoenix, if you can't work it out, I'm gonna hit you over the head with a brick.
What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yeah, Mr. Nick, we gotta find out how they got there.
Okay, and we'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me.
Okay, got it back in the thing. I think we're done with Mr. DeLite, so we have got to go to here. And now we can advance when talking to Miss Andrews. Is she here?
Oh, Pearl, it's nice to see you.
Hello there.
Haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having this urn examined.
Oh, I see.
Maybe if we take another good look around the zone, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here.
Nick, let's look around one more time.
Wait, okay, this box, there's something about it that's been bothering me.
The box that the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. That's definitely the same stuff as on the urn.
I think I know how the paint got on it now.
Alright, let's investigate again, Nick.
Okay, just checking. I think that's the only thing we need to have a look at. Oh no, there is something more here. Just have to be sure. Looks like it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about this paint mark. Bottom left part of it is oddly shaped and it's shockingly pink. Mr. Nick, could it be the odd shape is...
Yeah, pretty sure this is it.
That's the box the sacred urn was in.
Look there, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well.
Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick?
This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Okay, I think it's all starting to become clear. We're much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. I don't think we need to have a look at anything else then, because I don't think anything here else would be useful. Round 2. You're going to tell me the truth with his power of my magical green number 9. Okay, and we've been over this.
Yes, we know it's genuine because I have the urn right here. Verified to be genuine by a 9-year-old, so that's how you know I can trust it. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearl went back to Karain village and had it examined. Is that right? But that's nice, but I don't see how. What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say again? Yeah, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? You saying that this urn was broken recently? She looks so cute when she's, you know, shocked, embarrassed, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Because... The thing again? Oh, no. This. Where is it? Piece of paper. Where is it? Nada. Booyah, this one. Take my stuff. This poster, it was, made recently, right? Poster? Huh. The poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Should have said moved, but okay. I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo of the for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell me the truth. Wait. For? Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yeah, that's it. It must have been one of those people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened.
Looks like she's not going to give up the last Cyclock so easily.
Do you have any proof that the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Oh, I thought, well, the pink splotches, I thought. Okay, I thought that'd be okay. I was right about you, Mr. Wright. Excuse me? You're a softie at heart, aren't you? I knew you'd never hurt me on purpose. What a relief. Well, it depends if you like a bit of pain. Well, I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence. Well, then prove me wrong by coming up with the right answer. Do you have any proof that the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Do I? I guess I have to use the box. Well, second time lucky. Well, Miss Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? This urn had pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some kind of, and there was some on the box that the urn was stored in too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seemed to be the exact same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? But the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes. Then the rest of the story is obvious. The box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. I can prove that. It means the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? Bada bing, bada boom. Give me my points back. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. Well, there's an odd shape imprinted into the part of the in part of the paint stain, am I right? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, it it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over here. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Aha! Not that attorney though, he's not here yet. Not good old Apollo. We'll get to him probably soon. Well, in a year. I always say I'll do one of these a year. They seem to for how much talking's in them, they do make my voice scratchy. Every time I finish one. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did.
Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels.
It happened 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster was taken, on the same day the urn arrived. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. And she tripped over a paint can. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance, the box I was carrying smashed to the ground. You're lucky it's got zero market value. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. That'll do it. The broken pieces of the urn fell out onto the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream.
I can totally see how that could have happened.
Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karayan Village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big.
And that's when I Am got changed to Ami?
I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami.
Any sane person? Really?
Ah, you're okay, Pearls. You don't know how to spell. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Well, you know, some people can get very far by not being literate. Oh well, not being literate to some extent. Like, I know certain people, like not like people I know directly, but people I've heard of who like have careers where they fly around the world, like doing stuff like performers or athletes, and some of them can't read. Just because like they can read to a degree, like they'll be able to read certain words, like say probably their name and other things. But when it comes to like say if you put a book in front of them and said, "Can you read like a chapter, like word for word to me?" They probably couldn't do it, or like they couldn't do it. But yeah, it is possible to be very successful and not be, you know, not be literate. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one has seen it since.
But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains.
Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Ami face statue. Uh-huh. The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls of the floor of the warehouse when we were here.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from a certain mountain training hall.
And
I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's when I put it where you first saw it.
I see. That makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, Pearl?
The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again?
Well then, who was it? It would have had to been. Who would have done it and why?
Well, it clearly was whoever Mask DeMasque was. On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. And then the next day it was moved, but why? Looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief Ron DeLite was at KB Security. So then why did another Mask DeMasque show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but looks like looks like that thief is going to make another appearance. And that is the end of the investigation, which means it's the end of our stream today. So I'll just save up to this point. Don't worry, we're going to be trying to not do this. This was my first playthrough, and it's the last trial, and I just remember like at moments because I was breaking it up into parts, trying to save every moment because it was the last game. I remember doing it, and it was a long time ago, so I remember breaking it up, and I remember screwing it up a lot because I forgot parts of the case. But none the matter, we will get there eventually. But for now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. For people on Twitch, we're going to take a short break and head over to Ori and the Blind Forest. But if you ever do miss a stream, there should be a link or a couple links down below from where you're watching this. If you ever miss one, that is where they will be. People on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube, and all other platforms, I guess, that I ever put this on. All this will stream live on Twitch. There should be a link in the description of every video that I do to the Twitch channel, as well as any other platform you wish to watch me on. If you want to watch live and interact, you can do like I've been doing today. I want to thank you guys for watching one final time, and bye-bye.